If I hadn't said this straight up, I'm gonna say this straight up right now. The breathing exercises that I do make me trip. When I mean trip, I'm talking about like a DMT trip. I'm talking about like you feel you fly away, you take off, your mind goes off in a different dimension, whatever you want to call it. But the biggest thing about this is that way how you get there, how you trip, why you trip, and all through meditation and breathing. And it's crazy what you could do using meditation and breathing. My name is QULA. Thank you for joining QULA Mind today. I will be talking about my breathing exercise and experiences and how I even got into this. And when I make that statement, the breathing exercises that I do make me trip, I have to explain it. I have to explain it more because it might sound like I'm crazy, but there is something big to this. That breathing exercise that do make me trip, people have questions. What are you talking about? How do you trip and why? A couple of years ago, I had a nose surgery that happened to me, and I got my nose fixed right here. I had a nose surgery right here, and after the nose surgery, I've experienced inflammation. I've had a lot of problems with my nostrils. I couldn't breathe for so long. Couldn't use my nose for like the longest time ever. And eventually, when I started to breathe again, when everything healed, I started to use my nose. And I remember one of the first times I was sitting on the couch and I was breathing through my nose, which I don't usually do, thinking wise. We breathe every single day, but we never think about it almost, you know? So like, I sat there on the couch and I paid attention to my breath and I took slow, deep inhales with my nose. I took slow inhales and deep exhales with my nose, and I felt really good. I started to feel really happy. And that was one of my first times I started to kind of reconsider doing breathing exercises even at all. I've never done meditation, I've never done breathing exercise, I've never done none of that stuff. And that was one of the very first times experiences. Now over the years, I've seen so many videos, I've seen breath work, I've seen meditation. I started taking cold showers, I started doing all of that, I wanted to kind of get out there. This was over years, like kind of putting puzzle pieces together. And after all this time, I put in all this work and I started to kind of I'll do a breathing exercise here, I'll do a breathing exercise a week later, kind of stuff like that, and kind of not taking it serious at all. And I'll never forget the first time that I experienced my first trip. One of my first times I've experienced a trip. I actually came home from jogging, I took a shower, and I began to do my breathing exercises. I had a few planned out and I was kind of having fun with them, messing around with them, just kind of relaxing. This specific exercise that I did, that I didn't even know what was gonna occur, and I combined these two different exercises, of breathing exercises, and I still remember I passed out. I tripped out. I was doing it through my nostrils. I was doing the breathing exercise through my nostrils, and it was my 30th breath, and I was going through my nostrils doing a specific exercise and routines, and I remember I took a huge deep inhale and I felt this chemical rush from the bottom, from my stomach. I felt this chemical kind of build up into my head. I could literally feel it kind of going up into my head. And I've never really felt like that before, ever. And I was really curious, so I kept holding my breath, even though it was starting to feel kind of scary. It started to feel like anxiety was about to blow out of my body. That's literally what I felt like. Anxiety just leaving my stomach like this. So it was like this chemical, like aka anxiety or whatever you want to call it, stress, and it was going like this. And literally I could feel it go up to my head and I pass out. I straight up pass out. I pass out and it took me a couple minutes to realize that I was passed out, that I was out. And I remember I'm laying there like on the ground, and I realized that I passed out. The second I'm done doing my exercise, immediately after I open my eyes, I noticed everything is brighter, euphoric. The music I'm listening to sounds a little bit different. I could smell different. I could smell I have a bunch of my nasal passages are like completely open now, and I can just breathe a bunch of air and it feels great. So I take a deep breath in. Everything is bright. I do feel like I'm more ground. I feel like I'm there. I feel like I just took a really good nap. I feel like I just took a really good nap. And of course I want to do research because I just passed out, but it felt really great. It felt really great. Let me tell you this, it felt really great. I was scared because I didn't know what I was doing, but it still felt really great. It felt like a bunch of like energy. It felt a bunch of energy, straight up. When you take that big inhale after doing procedure exercises through meditation, and press on it, hold it down, you're gonna see literally, you're gonna see things. You're gonna see patterns, you're gonna see colors, you're gonna see stuff flying around, you're gonna think differently. The music is gonna change. It's crazy, but everything changes, and you can feel your whole body take a pause. After I started doing these meditation breathing exercises, I started to withstand the cold. I started to be able to control and handle the cold. I started to take my cold showers. And I'm not talking about like a cool shower. I'm talking about ice cold shower. Started taking those and controlling. The mind control and all of this is really important. This is the biggest thing ever in meditation. When you start to know how to control your mind like this, you're gonna be able to fight the cold. You're gonna be able to withstand the cold. How you do that, it's all in your mind, it's all in your brain and your immune system and everything combined. These exercises, there's something significant about it, and it's hard because this is not something that you're gonna see every day when you walk out. This is something that you're gonna stumble on YouTube in a video like this. So if you see this video, I hope you take this really serious, and I hope you know that there is something going on with these breathing exercises. There's something deeper than that. The science behind it is crazy, and let me tell you that I've been doing this for years and I'm still pursuing it even more. Every single day I pursue it more and more and more. Because when I trip and have these DMT trips and I have these euphoric trips, it is crazy that the benefits of your mind produce from. It is crazy just by breathing. This takes you around 5 minutes. Yes, way more time than that, but I'm not kidding them when I tell you that. Start out with 5 minutes, it's gonna go such a long way. It's gonna be the most efficient 5 minutes you're gonna put in a day. Through meditation, through these meditation exercises, you're going to be able to withstand the cold. You're going to be able to increase your immune system significantly crazy. These couple of years I've been fighting with the cold, and I'm finally able to withstand it through meditation. And it's been one of the coolest things ever. It is really cool when you start building a relationship with cold water. As weird as that sounds, build a relationship with cold water. Become friends with the cold. Start taking cold showers. Start meditating. You're going to see the significant difference it's going to take, and the things that it's going to do to your brain is beyond me. Beyond me. That's the whole point. After doing these exercises, you feel like you have energy restored in you, and you feel like you can just keep going. If you're doing this at the gym, you have energy restored to you. Of all these exercises, you're going to build control in your brain. You're going to be able to do these things. If it wasn't for my nose surgery, I don't know if I was ever be able to stop on these breathing exercises and do these meditation. And these specific exercises in a specific order that you do them, you trip. There's nothing else involved, just breathing. Nothing crazy. Music, water, nothing else. Just you, all natural. Nothing else involved, no other substance involved. It's all natural. It is crazy. It's all through breathing. It's all part of meditation. And that will be all for today. Thank you guys for joining me and hearing my stories about how I was having little trips going on with my lungs. If it wasn't for my nose surgery, I probably never discovered meditation exercises and had such a huge impact on me. And I want to encourage other people to take a look at this. We got something going on here. I'll have a scientific video next time I drop. A point of view from science of what happens to your body when you do these breathing exercises. What happens to your vagus nerve, what happens to your lungs, what happens to your pineal gland. The breathing exercises that I do make me trip. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice day.